Well, hello, and welcome back to that thing we like to call Curless Mania, where we talk all things pop, rock, and prog. Maybe I should add fusion to that list. I kind of put fusion and rock somehow. I don't know, but there's been a lot of decent amount of fusion on my channel these days. So, because of my good friend and my guest for tonight returning to the channel, Mr. George Lamie. George, how are you tonight?
Doing good, Tom. What's been going on?
You know, some of this, some of that.
I'm told you appeared somewhere in a fusion song battle recently. That's pretty cool.
That is, man. That's yeah. I mean, hey, it was the way I look at it was Sea of Tranquility. I was like, hey, man, I just made it. I feel like I made it as a YouTuber if I'm on Sea of Tranquility. But no, that was I really appreciate that. That was really fun. George had me on a song battle. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link below. But I was on a little song battle for his For Fusion Friday, which they do. The For Fusion Friday happens every first Friday of the month, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so if you haven't seen that, I mean, obviously you need to check that out, of course, because that is just awesome. And he has some really cool guests on that. And you'll be educated like me when you watch those episodes. They're entertaining and educational. And then on the side, and correct me if I'm wrong, but on the side, he's sort of doing these little song battles, and because it doesn't happen as often, just to kind of keep people on the hook a little bit. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mid-month, we'll throw in the song battle show and just keep everybody interested.
Yep. Yep. So, and of course, Eric Porter is part of that as well. And it's great. It's really great for someone like me who's not a massive. I mean, I'm still a newbie on the fusion front. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm working on it, but I'm still pretty new for me. And it's really great. So, because you can kind of yeah, you don't have to listen to like five albums. You can listen to four songs, and and actually, what of course what happens is I just got my all right, hold on a second, George. I got to show you this. Hold on. I was going to show you this later, but I can't wait. This came in the mail this week actually.
Oh, okay.
So I ordered this a while ago and it finally showed up. So it's probably one of those Amazon, like where you're ordering it from like Guam or something or some record store in the middle of nowhere or something. So
And you got the 11th house too, right?
I got 11th house as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I got again, this is those song battles can get you into more and more stuff. Oh, and the Tony Williams as well. Bought that
Wow.
too.
That's
So
a
I got
must.
three out of the four I bought. So there you go. But you can't lose with Chick Corea. I mean, come on. It's like I should own more Chick Corea anyway. So,
Yeah.
it's just like I should. It's one of those. So yeah, so anyway, we're getting off topic like crazy already, but that's kind of we're not that far off. But basically, what I'm saying is I did that four song thing and I'm keep building my fusion collection as much as possible. So, but we are here tonight to talk about some British fusion, which is kind of like, what? British fusion? What? Isn't fusion mostly American? Like, yeah, but these guys love the American fusion and they actually did it pretty well themselves. And this is actually the first, I gotta say, this is the first fusion album I ever owned in my collection. So we're here tonight talking about Brand X and the first two records from Brand X. And so this was the album that I bought back in high school, Unorthodox Behavior, because I was a Genesis. I mean, everyone knows I love Genesis. I'm a Genesis massive fan. Always in high school, I was just off the charts Genesis guy, and I wanted to collect everything that any Genesis member had done. And so it was not only the Genesis albums, but it was the solo records, the side projects, the everything, anything I could get my hands on. So of course, we'd heard that Phil Collins was part of Brand X, so we're like, oh, I got to buy this. I didn't even really know what it was. I just knew that it was a side project of his. That was all I knew, and I bought it and I was like, oh, there's no vocals. It's just instrumental. And so this was really, this goes back to the 80s when I bought this. This isn't my original copy, but I bought it back in the 80s when we used to go to New York and buy records. So there you go. That was my first Fusion thing album. So how about you, George? When was the first time you heard Brand X? Do you remember?
Mid 80s as well. And my best friend, he had heard about the Phil Collins connection as well. So we checked it out. Back then when we were just getting into fusion, we were getting following any kind of lead like that. We got Coliseum 2 because we heard Gary Moore was in it. Anything like that would be the thing we go to the used record store and pick up and check out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, same here. I was the same way. It was like any kind of breadcrumb, and it was a little different back then. You didn't have the internet, so you were just like just stuff that you had heard from friends, you know?
Yeah.
It was a lot different. You didn't even just quickly look it up. It was like you had to go like find out, like, oh yeah, okay, I heard that this, I heard that, or oh, I heard this person, like you said, any artist that you really like, you'd have to like kind of research it a little bit.
Or you just read an interview with somebody and they say, I played with this guy, and you're like, oh, I like that guy, and we check that out.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
it was.
Exactly. It was much more organic, I would say. But so we are here to talk about Brand X. The first two records, the other album is Moroccan Roll. So we're gonna do Unorthodox Behavior versus Moroccan Roll, which are the first two records from Brand X. And So I'm just going to quickly run down Unorthodox Behavior. It was recorded in September and October of 1975, released June 18th, 1976. It was recorded at Trident Studios in London, which I actually visited. It was the last time I was in London. We did a Beatles tour and then we walked by Trident Studios, and it's like I was like, okay, yeah, the Beatles, but like not only, but Bowie, recorded there. Queen recorded there. Brand X recorded there. Now, it's like you always see the Trident Studios in London. It was a very popular studio.
Oh yeah, Mahavishnu recorded there. Oh, tons of bands.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just really, really cool. So it's amazing when you walk by that studio, and it's so nondescript when you see this. They had to like point it out, like there it is, and I was like, where? Where is it? Like it's just in the middle of this neighborhood. It's really, really cool. But anyway, it came out on Charisma in the UK, which was Genesis's label, and then Passport in the US. And then it was produced by Dennis McKay and the band. And the band is, in case you don't know, it's Robin Lumley on keys, John Goodsall on guitar, Percy Jones on bass, and Phil Collins on drums. And I guess Unorthodox Behavior got to 191 on the Billboard 200, so it did make the Billboard 200. Probably just based on some really rabid Genesis fan. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't know, but
Oh,
that's
you're probably
possible.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So, because Phil did bring a lot of interest to the band. So, but anyway, that's it. So so let's just, we don't have to get too formal about this, but what's your take on Unorthodox Behavior? The first
Um,
one.
General sense, it's uh one of the more consistent records in their catalog to me. I think I find quite a few of their records spotty, but this one tends to hold up pretty well throughout. Um, Good production, good songs. I think it's a little front loaded. The whole first side just kicks ass. And the second side is kind of a mixed affair. Um, First track, Nuclear Burn, a song in 11, which is not too common. Uh,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
bits of 7 and 13 later. But this is for me for me and the band and the fans, everybody, it's an acknowledged top 5 Brand X song. I mean, everybody loves this song for good reason. Like we said, the meter is interesting, the melody's good, uh, good spacey solo by Lumley, and then you have a solo by Phil. I'm not a big fan of the solo by Phil. A little clunky, a little repetitive. Um, I mean, compared to the other fusion guys at the time, Phil's a really good drummer, I mean, but I'm not sure he stacks up with the Cobhams and the Muzans and the Tony Williams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a great song. Uh, one of my favorite, probably my favorite on this album for sure. And you go into Euthanasia Waltz. This is a gorgeous chords on the acoustic. That's the first thing that you're hit with. Those
Yeah.
opening chords are so pretty. Um, Lumley and Percy solo on this one. Uh, I like that they reprised that lick a couple of times, the intro lick, because it's a real earworm. And in a lot of fusion of this time, they play the head and they solo and they don't come back. But Brand X, probably from that prog thing, they're cognizant of songwriting being strong and introducing themes. And when you have a theme that good, you want to bring it back. So probably my second favorite song on here. That's a really good song. You got Born Ugly. This song had been kicking around a while. I got a demos disc that they put out years later, and it's on there. I think it might be under a different name on there, but it is on there. Um, Another good one, funky riffing with this one, and
Yeah. Yeah.
nice melody over the top of it. Uh, Kind of hits a slowdown in a few minutes in, and then first time Goodsall really cuts heads on this. He's blasting in this solo, really good stuff. And again, they reprised the beginning stuff in here. So those three make up the old vinyl first side, and all three of them are exemplary tracks.
Hmm.
Second side, not quite on the same level for me. Smacks of Euphoric Hysteria is a good song. Um, it, as a side opener, I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard better side openers, but there is a good melody. Soloing is good. Just the intensity in this is a little bit down from that first side. Um, Title track is next. That's the longest on the album at 8.5 minutes. This feels like an improv to me. I get the feeling they're kind of drifting around, a tiny bit underdeveloped. This is not my favorite song here. I don't skip it, but most of the time I'm like waiting for the next song because the next song is running on three, and that's the best
Yes.
song on the
Yeah.
side.
Right.
That is a
Yes.
burner.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
the class of
Yeah.
side two for sure, energetic. The solo section kind of reminds me of Di Meola, actually.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
yeah, I always heard Al when I hear that solo section, um, because it from his stuff from that era kind of reminiscent of that. So yeah, I really like that song. The closer, Touch Wood, nothing really grabs at me about it, I gotta say. It feels kind of like a take me off the album kind of track, just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
goodbye. So the second side for me is a mixed bag, but the first side is so good. I generally regard this as a 4-star album, um, which I'm light on that. I think a lot of people like it even more than that. I think most people take an album based on the three or four best tracks as opposed to a whole, which album is literally a whole.
Hmm.
So they tend to forget about the stuff that they're skipping or tuning out. But 4 stars is a good rating, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always thought this was a good album.
Yeah. I mean, 4 stars is, I mean, come on. It's still a very, very good record.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I no, I'm with you. It's funny, my review, I swear to God, I made notes. I'm not just like agreeing with George. I have my review is almost identical. Basically I agree. The first side is just killer. The first side doesn't have any let up. Those three songs are just one like, just whoosh, whoosh, like one punch after another.
yeah,
And but like you said, I shouldn't say punch because Euthanasia Waltz is not like it's actually kind of mellow, but it really is a cool track.
yeah. The heft of it is, man, this is good.
Yeah, yeah, no, I and Born Ugly is a, it's man, these guys are English white dudes. This kind of funky. Like this actually the funk they get away with it. They really do it well.
Yeah,
And yeah, and like you said, Goodsall really just goes nuts at the end of that. And he sounds great. So yeah, and I mean that first side is just really awesome. And then I had the same review. I mean the second side, Running on Three, really stands out on side two. No doubt. Like it's almost like it almost feels like they kind of, I don't know, those first two tracks on side two. I mean, unorthodox behavior, it's funny. I wasn't sure what it was. I was trying to put my finger on why. I said it's okay. It's average. It's okay. And I sort of like the theme that they go, but it's like you said underdeveloped. That's what it is. It's like I'm realizing it just feels like a little bit of a jam that never really quite got like tweaked enough or something.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, and then Touch Wood is just kind of like it almost feels like it's not needed. It's like a tack on at the end. Um, I don't know. It's okay, it's pleasant, but it's not like wow, what a great way to end the album. It's like okay, you know.
That was a thing back in the day. Labels expected a certain amount of songs, a certain amount of time. That literally could have been like a pattern, you know. You always
Yeah.
hear the story about how Black Sabbath wrote Paranoid at the last minute. That could have been a situation like that. It's like, dudes, we only got 38 minutes here. Oh, I got a little something. I got an idea. And they, went with it. You
Yeah,
never know.
exactly. Exactly. No, it's very possible. Very possible because that's what it feels like. It feels very much when the listening experience, you're like, wow, this feels kind of it's so different from everything else. It feels sort of tacked on. But anyway, but that I mean being said, Running on Three is awesome. So I mean it's side two is not, I mean, it's just a little bit down from side one, but that side one, man, is just so killer. So yeah, I'm with you. I just it's just like wow, I love that. Those three songs are great. So, and
Yeah.
you might be right about that, where people they just think about those first three tracks and Running on Threes, and oh, this is a 5-star album. It's like, well, not quite. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great, but it's not. I wouldn't know if I would call it 5 stars. But I would. It's tough because this is a great start for this band. I don't know, I'm not going to give away the game, but it's like this is an amazing start out of the gate. So this I think this is one of those kind of where those bands where you go, wow, that debut is going to be tough to top.
I would say it's majority of people that collect Brand X, it's their favorite album.
Yeah.
Maybe not an overwhelming majority, but it is the majority, I think.
Yeah. 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 So I mean, we're giving away our but not necessarily. So I'm
No,
gonna
not
run
necessarily.
not necessarily. I'm gonna run down Moroccan Roll real quick here. Um, Recorded December 76 and January 77. Released April of 77. Trident and Morgan Studios this time, so two studios in London. Again, Charisma label, Passport in the U.S., produced by Dennis McKay. It doesn't say and band; it just says Dennis McKay this time. And I also have to mention that I do love the artwork. It's Hypnosis artwork, so it's
It is, yeah.
pretty sweet looking covers. I love the covers. Really good. It almost looks like a like Tormato Yes or something. It's pretty close to that. Um,
I'm not a
and
fan of the dad joke title, though. Are you a Porky
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, yeah. I don't really like that either. More rock and roll. Is that, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
puppets are not my thing.
no, no, I don't. I'm kind of with you. It's like okay, and but it almost gives you a little taste of like maybe they're already getting pressure from the label to like be different from what they were. I don't know. Who knows?
Could be, yeah.
So who knows? But anyway, so yeah, what's your take? I mean, this thing starts off with this sort of Sanskrit, almost like a like with sitar and Sanskrit with sun in the night. What do you think of
Yeah,
this record?
uh, I may make some enemies with this one because I think this album is more than a touch overrated. I mean, I think it's our famous friend Rand's favorite Brand X album, and for the life of me, I don't get that because this has obvious soft spots. Sun of the
Yeah,
Night, you know, it's fine. Uh, S- Sanskrit vocalization's not something I would do, but you know, it's got a decent melody. it's a little so-so for me. I do like the sitar. I've always liked sitar, and he kind of rips on it going out the back. You know, he kind of is taken off on it. But for the most part, that part where they're doing the vocals, it's all kind of like trancy, and I don't know. It's not terribly interesting, especially as an album opener. You will kind of want Nuclear Burn. You don't want this.
It's a very strange opener, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could be like song four or something. It just shouldn't be the opener. I don't know. But it's
yeah,
not terrible. It's a so-so song.
yep.
The next two tracks are sound like improvs to me, especially track two, Why Should I Lend You Mine? And it's
Hmm.
11 minutes and 16 seconds of improv, kind of really drops out in the middle, and they kind of are just spacing out for a bit there. I'm not fond of this song, I gotta say. Uh, I tend to I tend to skip it a lot when I play this album.
Yeah.
If I play this album.
Hmm.
Um, Next is Maybe I'll Lend You Mine After All. This is the first of three 1 minute plus interlude kind of things. Those things get on my nerves. So, and this one seems maybe the least interesting of the three on here. Again, it seems like an off the cuff thing. So I'm not terribly fond of this one.
Hmm.
You hit a really good track four. Hate Zone is good. Um, Finally, a little bit of focus on here. You got an open solo by Phil to kick it off. Then Lumley and Goodsall have good solos in here. This is a good tune. Not a standout tune, but it's a good tune, especially as this first side goes. Closes with Collapse Hour, which is the next of these 1 minute and change things. Honestly, it feels like a throwaway. I hate to say,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the good news is side two is as good as side one is of the last album. Side two rips.
Hmm.
Disco Suicide is a classic Brand X tune. Um, it got everything you want, basically. We just, I was just on Grant's Rock Warehouse and we did a fusion listening party last week. And one of the songs he chose to play was Disco Suicide. People in the chat loved it. It's a good tune. There's no
It's
doubt
good.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
And that's the kind of song that they when they did the reunion gigs that they were doing in the late 2010s, they were always playing Disco Suicide. So tells you what they thought of it.
Right. Yep.
You got the last of the 1 minute things, which Orbits, which is like a Percy Jones solo feature. Again, not terribly exciting, but it's the last two tracks is where it's at. Malaga Virgin is my favorite song over both of these albums. I love that song. Percy Jones
Yeah.
at baseline is just percolating. Then you got great solos from Percy, and then Lumley, and then they got a slow down part in the middle that kind of again reminds me of Di Meola. Uh, Goodsall's firing it off on the acoustic, so that whole thing again leads me to down the Al path, but really just the whole vibe of this whole song. Percy drives this song. I don't have the hard copy of this. Does it show composer credits? Because sure feels like he wrote it.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Percy Jones. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's all
Yep.
about Percy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last song, Macrocosm. This one gives me Mahavishnu vibes. It's kind of an arpeggiated riff that runs through it. Goodsall unleashing again on the acoustic. And he and Lumley trade fusillades of in complete frantic fashion before they bring the intro stuff back again reinforcing that opening the opening riffs of this song, which are all strong. That arpeggio thing sounds great. My two favorite songs are the last two songs in the album. That's pretty unusual. But seriously, if you put the first side of Unorthodox and the second side of Moroccan Roll, then you got a beast album. Uh, as it is, there's just too many songs I don't care about. I'm probably at like 3 stars for this. really
Yeah.
am.
Yep.
Because there's just too much of the I don't care kind of song. So I don't care about that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're right. It's interesting that this one side two it's like they switched. It's like they
Yeah,
did all the killers on side two on this album.
you wonder
Um
like generally the producer picks the track sequence. You wonder
mhm.
what they were thinking on this. I don't get the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I probably like Sun in the Night more than you do. I mean, I enjoy that. I think it's cool, but it's a weird. I agree that it's a weird opener. Like it's cool, but it's like, what this is a weird way to open the album, especially after Nuclear Burn opened the last one.
It feels like a song three or a song four or something
Yeah. Or
to
maybe
me.
a side closer or something. Yeah. Like I don't, it's
Yeah,
just
no,
more of a closer than an opener. It's just
yeah.
bizarre. But maybe somebody thought, oh, that's a really nice melody and that's really like kind of catchy. Maybe we should start the album with that. I don't know. But it almost feels like, to your point, no one was really thinking that hard about it. I don't know. Who knows? But, uh, but I would say that you're hitting on a point that I didn't really think about, and that's because I kept trying to think like, why is this track not hitting me as much as that one? Or and I think your point about it being underdeveloped, like there's like that the Collins track. I mean that the Why Should I Lend You Mine is a Phil Collins track, and it just feels too long. It feels too long, and it feels too jammy, and I think that's why it's not a standout track.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
seeing a review about some album at some point, and the guy said it doesn't justify its length, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfect for this song. There's not enough in this information in this song to justify being 11 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I really like Hate Zone a lot, and I really like Disco Suicide quite a bit.
Yeah,
That's a great side two opener. And like you said, the last two, it just feels like this album. This is in my notes. I said it feels like they're warming up. It's almost like they're warming up, and then like by side two, they're on full blast again. Um,
Acrocosm's a great closer.
Microcosmos is awesome, and so is Malaga Virgin, I believe how you say that. But yeah, those two, like you said, you had already said that those last two songs are just burning. They're just killer, and it's
Yeah,
like, oh my God, whoa! Now we're back on form again. So again, our reviews are pretty similar. I swear to God, we didn't compare notes. I think that this it's tough because unorthodox behavior is sort of, most people are like, yeah, that's the one, man. That's the brand next
a
album.
lot
It's a
of people
killer,
love it. Yeah,
you
McRand
know?
loves it. Pete loves it. I don't know. To me, they're not seeing it for what it is, but
Yeah.
we all we all think look at things differently. So
Everyone's got a different view. I think I would probably give this about 3.5. Because I do think that the stuff that's, it's hard to give it 4 stars because you're right. There's a lot of like minor stuff in there, like small short songs, and there's all this kind of like almost feels like filler a little bit.
yeah,
And then so that yeah, it's hard to give it 4 stars when there's that much of that. But man, the stuff that's great is great on here. Like the stuff that's good is like, whoa, okay.
yeah,
I loved your point about combining side. That's like a great thought. Like combine side one of Orthodox with side two of this. Oh my God.
that's a hell of an album.
That's a 5 star record for
Yeah,
sure. So yeah, so these guys, yeah, it's a hit or miss, and I think it gets more hit or miss as the catalog as we go. It gets more like when you start because I do have more other albums. I mean, the live stuff, Livestock is really good. Um, I enjoy that record.
I'm a freak because my favorite 70s album is Masks.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Like
All right.
everybody instantly disqualifies it because Collins and Lumley aren't there, but I like Chuck Berge and Peter Robinson, so it
Yeah.
didn't hurt my feelings at all. So
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. And do you like Do They Hurt? What do you think of that one?
uh, it's
It's
up
okay.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's less than the rest of this stuff.
Right.
Is there anything about? No.
No, that one's weak. That is
Yeah,
definitely weak.
that is not good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was really kind of a like
Contractual
odds and
obligation.
sods.
Yeah, I always looked at it as some kind of contractual obligation.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they were forced to. I think they were kind of done, and the label was like, "We need one more album." So they just compiled. I think it was Product, the sessions for Product that were like used for that album.
Yeah, it does not sound like their heart was in it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. But but yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to turn this into like a like a ranking, but I mean, we're talking about there's not that many albums, so it's easy to kind of talk about a lot of them. But um,
Now, did you check back in when they reunited in the 90s?
I did not, and it's just I'm kind of pissed at myself that I didn't. Like, I don't know what my problem was. I was just not focused. Did you see them?
I did see them in the first reunion tour in '92. They played the China Club here.
Nice.
Um, I love that album, Excommunication, the comeback in '92. That's my favorite album overall.
Okay.
So some people don't like it because it's just the trio. But to
Right.
me, everybody, most people I know are tuned into this band for Goodzall and Percy. And they're
Right.
still, and there's a new drummer, this guy Frank Katz. He's incredible. But the music is different too. It's kind of dark.
Oh,
Um,
wow. All right.
yeah, it's very, you definitely owe yourself to give it a listen. And then there's one in '97, Manifest Destiny. That again, that's different. There's like uh another guy in it. This guy Franz Push. He's playing like pads, and it's interesting. That one's got some funk on it. It's very it's an interesting listen. I think it's worth your time to check them both out.
All right. Okay.
Uh,
So strong reunion stuff. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was no they weren't screwing around. They had stuff ready.
Wow. All right. I'll check that out for sure. That's definite. That's something that's going on my list.
Just know
Um,
that it's a different beast. It's
right. Right. Yeah.
but it probably would be if they stayed together. It's 15 years or so later, so
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I just did I just ranked the Boomtown Rats with Martin, and that'll be on the channel soon. I haven't posted it yet, but they did a reunion album 36 years after their last album. And it's like, oh my God, 36 years. Holy crap. I mean, and it's not considering how long the period it wasn't too bad, but it's just so like you just said about Brand X, completely different from their discography. I mean, it was so different.
some people don't want to hear that, they just want to look at it like, why doesn't it sound like the old stuff? Well,
Right.
you know,
Right. Well, it's that much time later and they're
yeah,
different people, you know.
they've lived like a whole life since then.
Yeah, were you the same person 15 years ago that you were? No. Like, come
Yeah.
on. So yeah, no, that's interesting because like you said, the two of the main event guys were part of that. So and did Goodsall probably still had it? It sounds like he still had it. He's still killing it.
Oh yeah, he's extremely upfront on that album. The One of his better performances, and he's the keyboard portion of the album. He's triggering it from his guitar, so
Oh,
there
okay.
there
Okay.
is keyboard flavors on there through him, but there's no actual keyboard player.
Nice. Nice. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, so and I mean and oh, the one last thing I wanted to bring up, and that is it true? Like I think I read somewhere that like Percy Jones, I mean he's an amazing bass player and he was one of the first dudes to play like fretless, like he was like really fretless guy like before
Yeah,
any,
I've
you
heard that.
know?
I've heard that too. That some say he is the guy, the first guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I don't know enough about it, but I've certainly heard it enough times around, so probably something to it.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I don't know. Must be because I'd read it somewhere and they said that, Jaco Pastorius gets all the accolades for the fretless bass and they're like Percy was doing it at the same time or earlier. So there you go.
And he was doing different stuff, I think. Nobody sounds like Percy to this day. I mean, when you hear him, you know him.
Yeah, and apparently, I wanted to mention that I love Brian Eno too, and he a lot of his albums on Another Green World and Before and After Science and Percy Jones and Phil play on that rhythm section plays on a lot of his records, And apparently he was a huge fan of Percy Jones. He would tell people, "Oh my God, this guy's unbelievable! What an unreal bass player!" Like you have to, he was always promoting him apparently.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he did
So
a lot of studio stuff back then, it seems like. So, and
yeah.
if you want an individual voice on the bass, that's a good guy to get.
Yeah, yeah, you can tell when you put those albums, those Nino records on, you can tell that's Percy Jones. There he is. It's got that tone and that feel the fretless. He's doing the those huge long rolls
Nice,
runs.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool, but yeah, there you go, people. I don't know what else we can say. That's there you go. That's I think we covered it. That's the two records. I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are below in the comments if you've if you're a Brand X guy, what are your well, who would you pick in this battle? Oh, we haven't picked yet, have we? We haven't done that yet. We got to pick first. What am I doing? I'm like wrapping things up. We haven't even picked yet.
I think we're both we're
I think it's sort of
unorthodox.
obvious.
Yeah, unorthodox is it's just more consistent. There's the bottom line, and it's
Yeah.
almost as spectacular and more consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great record. I mean, and then so I have to ask you, George, uh, are there any other British fusion guys that are on this level or better? I mean, other guys or bands or that you can think of?
Um, well, McLaughlin is a Brit. I mean, and
Oh yeah.
but he never had an all British band, I don't think. So yeah, it's hard. I'm not coming up with anybody right off the top of my head. We did a British uh four square on Four Fusion, and we had Holdsworth, Brandeis, Simon Phillips is from Britain,
Oh
and
yeah. Right.
Jeff Beck.
Yes, right. Right. Yes, exactly. Because he really got fusiony with Blow by Blow and
Yeah, but
what's the
as
other
a
one?
as a fusion band, it's probably Brandeis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would think so too. That they're just that's pretty cool. Like they were the British. I mean, and they really I think that Phil just bowed down to Mahavishnu and he mentions them a lot in interviews and how,
Yeah,
he loved Cobham and I think he was trying to sound like Cobham.
everybody loves Billy.
Yeah, who doesn't love him? I mean, yeah, it's funny because I've gotten educated from you about like, because I was always a Phil Collins is like, oh my God, Phil Collins, what a drummer. Oh my God. I mean, I still love his drumming, but I've
Yeah,
gotten educated that, oh, he was influenced he's trying to sound like that guy. Like, that's the original dude is Billy. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. That's a good person to want to sound like and get pretty close to is Billy Cobham. If you're getting close,
yeah,
you're good.
that
You
is a
know.
good role model.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I think it was there you go. There's the winner, unorthodox. I think it was kind of obvious from our conversations. That's why I was skipping it over. But that's the winner for tonight. So maybe Randall come in the comments and be like, no way, we're
Yeah,
rock
I
and
think
roll.
he'll come in and hit us in the comments.
Yeah. So anyway, but I'd love to know. Everyone hears everything differently. So let me know in the comments if maybe you think we're wrong. Maybe rock and roll is your pick. So let us know. And yeah, as always, George, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's always a good time coming over here.
Yeah, always have a great time with you. So thank you. And yeah, we'll do more. And thanks again, everybody. If you're still with us, we appreciate you. Let us know what you think. Give us a like and please hit subscribe if you can. If you're just takes a second, just hit the button. It helps the channel. Come on, man.
Get on it.
I need more subscribers, man. Don't make me beg. Um, no. So thank you. Thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks, George. And we'll see you guys next time on Curless Mania. See ya.